All right, let's talk weather. It is Thursday, July 17th, and as expected here, no tropical development will come to be with this weak low, which really isn't even a low. It's just a cluster of thunderstorms in the northern Gulf. Rain chances are still going to increase with the remnant tropical moisture here. Temperature is pretty straightforward. Upper 80s to low and some mid 90s in some parts of the state into the weekend. And then we're in that monotonous summer type pattern as we head into next week. So we'll start with a look at the radar here this afternoon. And once again, that plume of tropical moisture is still having an influence on central southern Alabama. You can see these bands of rain that have set up from LaGrange, Georgia, back towards Meridian, Mississippi, and kind of scattered to isolated south all the way to the coast. Take a closer look off the Birmingham radar here, and you can see a couple of these showers as they've moved north have really just fizzled. Still some isolated activity in central Clay County over into Randolph County as well, and then a band of isolated showers, storms moving over Lake Martin at this time. Not a lot of lightning strikes with this. In a tropical atmosphere, you don't have as big of a temperature difference in the profile. In order to get a lot of lightning, cold air aloft, warmer air beneath, and you'll get much more lightning due to charge differences here. So there will still be some, probably not as frequent as storms here earlier this season. Looking down towards the Black Belt region and south of I-20, Demopolis, a little shower there. Linden, Thomasville, Camden, all dealing with spotty showers. Again, the coverage isn't high enough here to have a huge roll on temperatures. Across the Wiregrass, you got one good thunderstorm south of Ozark there in Dale County. And down along I-10 near Crestview, a few thunderstorms. These are all moving off in general northwesterly direction, as is the flow around what's left of this low that's in the Gulf. So again, looking at probably the best coverage of rain here in the short term is going to be I-85 down to I-65, and some of this might work its way into central Alabama the next couple of hours. So big picture, there it is. Heaviest rains over near Baton Rouge. And that's where most of the lightning and thunderstorm activity is occurring here as well. We'll check those temperatures region-wide. Warmest temperatures, or highest heat levels, I should say, across southeastern Arkansas, western Tennessee, and northwest Mississippi. Across Alabama, that rain-cooled air. Mid-80s for the southern half of the state, north of Montgomery. Temperatures in the lower 90s here at about 3 o'clock. So there's the Alabama look, 93 in Huntsville, 90 in Gadsden, 85 in Sylacauga, where you had a rain-cooled shower there, 87 in Montgomery, and the coolest spot on the map, not usually Dothan, but it is because they've dealt with some rain. So where's it headed? Take a look at the latest HER guidance here. This is later this evening at 7 o'clock. Again, showing those bands of showers moving, and you can see where that the center low is moving over southern Louisiana, south of I-10, and that will continue to pump in moisture across the southeast. Again, I think our coverage is going to be fairly limited to start the day on Friday. And then Friday afternoon, we will see a good push of Gulf moisture further to the north, and that'll probably mean our best coverage of the forecast period for central Alabama is going to be Friday afternoon. Doesn't mean everyone's getting rain, because there will be those who are left out, but that'll probably be our best bet of seeing the rainfall in any given location throughout the next 7 days or so. Again, as this tropical low moves on shore, it's cut off from basically what supplies it and fuels it. That's the Gulf moisture, the warm sea surface below, and it effectively fizzles, dissipates. The moisture will still be in the atmosphere. So here's a look at our NDFD model rain coverage chances Friday, and you see those darker greens there along into the west of I-65. Highest probability of rain in the state is going to be down near Mobile County, extreme western, southwestern Alabama tomorrow afternoon. And then we look at Saturday, and lighter greens there. It becomes more isolated nature, same deal on Sunday. Again, there will be the potential for isolated thunderstorms everywhere the next couple of days. Coverage will just likely be highest, probability highest on Friday, gradually tapering off into late weekend and early next week. So just for the heck of it, here's a look at the NHC outlook, and this is, it's not going to develop, still technically an invest, but there is no threat with this. In fact, let's see what they are saying, at least for the time being. This initially, had some potential, but it rode along the coast. And tropical systems, they need to be over an area of favorable development for a period of time. Convective afternoon thunderstorms need about 30 minutes to mature, and another 30 minutes to bottom out. Bigger systems like this, they got to be over water, and we just didn't have it for very long. We also had some shear from a high pressure that was in the western Gulf, and just did not make it ideal for development. So let's take you through the weekend here. And again, there's your coverage on Friday, highest over Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas. But we'll see decent coverage in Alabama, especially west of I-65. Becoming more isolated to scattered nature on Saturday. Sunday, a lot of Alabama may end up staying dry. We could end up dropping those rain chances even furthermore. And then Monday, we're back in that typical pattern. Convective thunderstorms, really no forcing mechanism in play, and we'll see a high set up in the Gulf. There's our 7-day rain totals from the WPC, and this is averaged out over 7 days. Less than a half an inch for all of central Alabama. Higher so south of US 80 and into the Wiregrass. But again, nothing too significant to take away from this map. A little bit more of a takeaway from this one. This is the 8 to 14 day outlook. This takes us through the end of July. How about that? So July looks warm, not just here, all across the country. Little bullseye there over Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, and Arkansas. But you can expect those above average temperatures here through the end of the month, which is not a surprise. It's July. We decrease rain chances, increase our afternoon temperatures. So again, staying a little bit warm. So far this summer has not been very warm, especially compared to 2024. The numbers there, staggering difference with both average high temperatures and maximum high temperatures. So everything in perspective here. One last look at the composite radar. Again, those bands of tropical showers moving north, and we'll see if those make it into central Alabama. We'll keep a close eye on it this afternoon. Hope you're having a great day, great week. See you next time.